Chair Kelly, you really know how to set the stage. Chair Kelly, members of the board, I wish I had better news to share with the Middle Valley community today. Dry conditions continue to persist, water supplies remain extremely limited, and the rainfall we have received has provided little relief. Because the basin is so dry, much of the rain-generated moisture has been absorbed into the landscape rather than reaching the river. A few storms have briefly elevated supplies, but not enough to materially change the overall outlook. Along with dry weather, conditions have been unseasonably warm, with high temperatures running about 10 degrees above average this past week. Looking upstream to the Lobatos gauge on the Colorado-New Mexico state line, current flow is 3 cubic feet per second, the first time since 1963 that the daily mean at Lobatos has fallen to 3 cubic feet per second or less. The historical average for this date is 226 cubic feet per second. MRGCD agricultural and conveyance demand is 750 cubic feet per second at the Otoe gauge on the Rio Grande upstream of Cochiti Reservoir. Measured flow at Otoe today is 245 cubic feet per second, which, after accounting for San Juan Chama water being released by other entities, is just enough to meet the demand of the priority lands of the 6 Middle Rio Grande pueblos. A large portion of the flow measured at Otoe is from the Bureau of Indian Affairs release of prior and paramount water from storage. Without that release, inflows into the Middle Valley would be even lower than they currently are. The Middle Rio Grande Valley is operating under prior and paramount only operations, and non-pueblo irrigators upstream of Isleta Pueblo are curtailed. Matt's going to provide a more detailed update on the prior and paramount operations so far this year. We are also experiencing 90 miles of river dry in the Rio Grande in the Middle Valley. So for perspective, that is more than twice the average annual unique dry river miles observed over the past 25 years. Looking ahead, temperatures are expected to return to near normal, and there are chances for precipitation all week. I do want to caution that the basin remains dry, which could limit how much runoff reaches the river from individual rain events. The National Weather Service seasonal outlook continues to favor above average precipitation across the basin through October, although similar wet outlooks issued earlier this summer have not materialized. El Nino conditions developed in June and have persisted and are forecast to strengthen through the end of the year and continue into early 2027. NOAA's climate prediction currently reports a 97% chance that El Nino will persist through early spring 2027. El Nino can tilt the odds towards wetter winter conditions in the American Southwest, but it does not guarantee a wet winter in the Rio Grande Basin. The National Weather Service seasonal winter outlook is forecasting high chances for near normal temperatures and above average precipitation for the period of December through February. You can see on the graph up there. A robust winter snowpack would mean ample supply for the Middle Valley in the spring and early summer next year, but MRGCD will continue to be unable to store native Rio Grande water due to Rio Grande compact restrictions for the 2027 irrigation season. Without native Rio Grande storage, late summer and early fall water availability could again be limited in 2027 without an active monsoon season. So with that, I ask everyone to pray for rain, and I will stand for questions.